just in the background fucking around.
That's nice.
Ahoy there, mates. Silverpie here today, and today we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. And tonight, Rue once again is taking charge of being DM
It's gonna be
Going
Hello.
all the sacrifice harassment.
with a campaign that all of us mostly enjoyed.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I must
enjoyed it.
enjoyed it.
I mean, at the very least, of what you know of the campaign, you have enjoyed. So,
Yeah.
I mean, regardless if we get thrown a few hard balls, we just play hard back.
Right?
oh yeah, we'll certainly get
I
there.
like how much the map looks like Australia.
I think that was by accident, actually.
That actually was entirely by accident. I didn't. I
Oh,
literally just
good
made
God,
a giant
dude.
landmass.
This is my
Oh
homeland.
no!
It's my homeland.
Oh no! Okay. Alright. Well, go ahead and pause that for a moment, as we're not quite in the tavern yet.
We're not in the tabernacle.
Not yet. I
I don't
shall.
think I've ever heard anyone besides me say that.
I don't think so, no. Other than people born in the 50s.
I think I said it once in the heat of the moment.
Alright. I am going to go ahead and give a little introduction to this world. So we'll all quiet
Everyone
down
want to
for a
keep
moment.
Drew mute so he can do a good.
Yes. Preferably mute yourself. Ah. So, a few of you have read it, but anyone who has been born in this world has been told this story as a child, as an adult, wandering around from the tallest mountains to the deepest caves. Everybody knows the tale of the Dragon Slayers. Back when the world first began, it was nothing but a barren, desolate wasteland. Nothing really ever was able to live or thrive in this land. There would be the occasional village pop up, but it inevitably would be destroyed by the world's overlords, the dragons. Until one day, rising from the ash of the mortals, rose 5 powerful heroes. And using the power of the dragons against them, they managed to become the Dragon Slayers. Of those 5, when they slayed the final dragon, they spread out across this vast continent and founded the many lands you now know before you. The lands to the north, Rubra, a volcanic wasteland mostly built up of mountains spewing lava across its boundaries, or its borders. Floregno, to the east, a thriving metropolis built high into the clouds, skyscrapers, futuristic technology that this world could never have achieved without the possible magics that influence them. The Golkiri Plains that hold far more mysteries than answers, yet holds a thriving farming community. The island continent, or the island country of Blue Rayum, a shining porcelain monument to perfection. And of course, where we find our heroes today. Mavcello. A barren land mostly made of mountains and dead grass. This place is well known to be the cursed lands where no one really wants to go, but one way or another, most people end up. And we find you all here today in a fairly large mining town known as Petramo.
Say that again.
You find yourselves in the town of Petramo.
Okay. Sorry, you just woke up, Mazel.
Oh, you're fine. Petramo is known for basically being the greatest place to find work in all of Mavcello, namely due to the vast mining operations that go on in this town. Their most valuable export being metals like steel, silver, gold. But the largest export of this place is pure stone. Petramo's mines dive deep into the mountains of the region and have been providing stone not only for most of Mavcello, but actually stretch their trade routes across the continent. And our heroes find themselves in a tavern right at the entrance of Petramo, known as the Drunkard's Rest. It's a fairly large tavern, and above and below are various rooms for people to stay, whether they being visitors or workers that simply couldn't afford a proper home. And it's honestly the most popular tavern in town and easily the largest. And that is where we will begin. Oh, damn. Rhythm left. Nope. All right. Everyone can unmute themselves if they'd like.
All right.
Alrighty.
Right. I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll go through each other and introduce ourselves. And Will, you have the first honor.
Okay, where am I?
You will be just entering the tavern. Everyone will be.
Okay.
This sort of, yes, the entrance is over here. And you'll go ahead and enter the tavern, as well as go ahead and introduce your character to our group.
Alright. I feel like I should probably... I feel like my character should be bigger.
It will be. I haven't quite fixed the grid in this area, apologies. There we go.
Alright. You just, like, you see... Actually, just, like, make it really big so you can actually see the token. Not the make it. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, you just see... like, you see this, rather tall, menacing... like, you just see this menacing, tattooed, Goliath named Arad. Or Arad, or however you want to pronounce it. He's a younger Goliath, only 31, and he's actually on the shorter side at only being exactly 7 foot. He has no hair to speak of, but he is rather large, to say the least. Although in his face is probably not a very keen intellect, as far as you can tell. Like he carries with him, like he carries with him this big, like he carries with him a club that just rather rudimentary club and maybe like a hand axe, like hanging. He just yeah. Like, he's getting down now.
Alright.
Yeah, and he's rather good with it.
Alright, you may go ahead and enter the tavern and find yourself something. What would Aaron do? Arid do as he enters this tavern, lively with customers and drink?
I guess I'll just go over. I'll go over to a random empty table that's not too big. Which all of them seem to be huge, so I'm just gonna take a chair.
You're gonna sit outside the tavern.
Sure.
Alright.
I feel like I wouldn't be too far behind because, you know, partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's see what happens.
Dang
it. Unfortunately, you seems you, Silver. You must have stumbled somewhere along the way while coming in, and Galadin seems to have entered the tavern before you.
Nah, my character just got distracted by a shiny thing that he might want to steal later.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alright, Galadin, go ahead and post your token. Alright.
Galadin's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, deja vu!
It's been a couple of decades since.
I've been in this before.
Yeah. It's been a couple of decades since the events of Wheatbriar, and unfortunately he's had to replace some of this stuff that he got. Fate also hasn't been too nice to him, so he's actually grown a bit of a beard of sorts, I guess.
Speaking of the devil, Kay has joined.
I didn't realize we were starting now. Earlier. I went and took a shower.
Yeah. Just introducing our characters. Galadin's back, by the way.
Right.
Yeah. You know, he's grown a little bit. Nothing much has really changed about him physically from last time. Still got the same short sword. That still seems to be in pretty good condition, despite everything else looking rather oldish. The daggers on his belt seem to not really be that useful. The armor is old and slightly tattered. This seems
Still
to be
looks
in
like a woman boy.
Okay, let's not do this.
I have actually made a bit of a ruling as far as how drow actually look.
Yeah.
You would never see a drow that actually looks like Galadin's token, because even female drow in this world have very masculine and sharp features. So it's it is almost impossible to find a drow that looks so like feminine and soft.
Oh.
I guess he's an exception. I guess he's like a mutation.
That, or he would be like the equivalent of an albino for dark elves.
Or maybe he's actually considered, or maybe even more like a half elf.
Yeah, that
was for Galadin to know.
Yeah, that no. No. So he did just enter the bar and go down to the front bench and just ask for a drink. Whatever's cheapest.
All right. As you approach the bar and call over the barkeep. Barkeep is a rather large orc, pretty kind of balding a bit, He's got a decently large mug in his hand that he's cleaning up. He kind of stumbles on over. All right, want something cheap? We got a few things. I think the cheapest we got is Marcello Black.
How hard does it hit?
How hard does it hit? Not very hard, but it'll kick you in the face.
That's fair. Alright, I'll have it.
All right, 1 gold.
Alright.
Hand over the gold piece, and he reaches under the counter. You see him pull out what looks like a wine bottle, but black was a very accurate description because whatever he pours into the mug he gives you is pure black.
Down the hatch.
I'm sorry, did you say you're going to drink this huge mug of ale?
Just 1 gulp.
Oh, okay. As you take a drink, you can tell this is probably the most watered down alcohol you have ever tasted.
Thought you said this hits. Or at least kicks you in the face. This tastes like crap.
Oh, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like crap. Told you it'd kick you in the face. Barkeep just kind of he walks away from you over to some bartender.
Touche.
All right. So now, Silver.
Yep.
Oof. Go ahead and place your token down and introduce yourself.
My character's name is Bardark Grenrick, though that's not his actual birth name. Currently, what we see is about a 3-foot, even,
Oh, no, wrong button. Sorry.
wearing very dark leather armor. There's currently a hood over on top of his head, and he's currently wearing what looks to be a dragon mask. But basically, as far as you guys know, Pete tells you that he's a gnome. Except, this schmuck. As as Barack comes onto the tavern, and he goes, there you are. Was looking for you.
Hold on, Michael was talking to me. What was that?
There you are, Aaron. I was looking for you.
Oh, I'm all right. I'm all right. I was waiting for you. What took you so long?
Got distracted by a shiny thing.
All right. All right. Well, let's see here.
I say we got at least a week
guess-
before someone notice.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's go inside and get ourselves a drink.
You can drink all you want, pal.
Whatever. I've never actually drinking anything before, so it'll be an experience.
As I enter in the tavern, you're not missing much.
Well, we'll see. All right, and I go up to the bar, and I'm making sure to drag this sucker along with me.
I sit right
Alright.
next to him. Like, I'm not gonna order anything too alcohol-y. Because, I have to kind of keep the mask on.
Alcoholic, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so you request something of the barkeep. What do you say?
What do you got? What do you got?
Barkeep was kind of just washing another mug. He looks at you and goes, oh. Well, we got ale from all the way from here to the east side. Just about anything you want to drink, we got.
All right. What are some of your cheapest drinks?
Cheapest thing? Anything in Marcello. Marcello Black's the cheapest. I'd say silver wine. That's probably the cheaper but better option.
I will glance at the dark elf that's surprisingly within the tavern.
The surprisingly feminine dark elf.
Did notice buff as usual, Dark Elf. Let's go with that.
I will actually make this a point.
He skipped leg day.
Out of both of you, this would probably only be the second dark elf you have seen in your entire lives. Dark elves are incredibly rare.
I have never seen. This will be my first time seeing a dark elf.
All right.
Brock might have killed a few.
But I am not. I'm not actually. I'm not actually looking over. I'm just like more focused on the fact that I'm about to drink alcohol for the first time.
All
right. What about that Marcelo Black? Can I get that?
Sure.
Who's gonna take it?
Gonna take your gold piece.
A single gold? Alright.
Hand the gold piece over, and much like before, he takes the big mug he's holding, reaches under the barkeep, pours this almost solid black liquid into the mug.
It just looks like liquefied black licorice.
Right, basically. And smells like you're drinking tar.
Michael just said it probably tastes like tar. Oh.
Yeah, Brock is not gonna touch that.
The orc goes,
Always try something once. Always try something once. as I just take like a sizable sip from it. I don't straight up down it. I just take a swig.
A swig. Yeah, it's probably one of the more disgusting things you've tasted.
God, my tongue.
Like I said, you're not missing much. You chose like the absolute worst strength to start off with.
I just look over. You've never had ale.
I've had at least twice.
Okay. No, I haven't. I haven't had ale before. I'm kind of a hermit of sorts. Sort of hermit.
And I just kind of like whisper in your ear, like, yeah, no shit.
What? I'm trying to go for the kind of stupid that's more like naivete kind of thing, like extreme.
Yeah,
naivete.
but my character already knows like what you are, so.
Says the guy says Ken that got distracted by something shiny you said.
Hey, he likes to steal things every now and again.
That's Michael. That's Michael that said that. Yeah, these are yourself. I got distracted by something.
Well, my character is more distracted by killing than, actually something shiny, but it's always good to have some shiny things.
So what are you exactly? Never really seen you.
Me.
Yeah, you.
I've been here, there, pretty much everywhere, actually.
Yeah, but you didn't exactly answer my question. What are you?
A drow. What else do I look like?
I don't know.
I painted the elf that's black.
I don't know. Maybe.
You've never heard of John?
Also, I'm pretty sure Kay should be setting up his character in the background if he isn't already.
I was just waiting to see how this interaction went.
But yeah, my character's not going to get anything to drink or eat just yet, because, you know.
I guess I'm just sitting here now. I guess I'm just gonna have a discussion with. Okay, all right. Name, please.
So, Drow, where do you come from?
Where'd I come from?
Yeah, specifically.
Anybody?
By the way, what? All right, Kobold name, please.
My
what's
kobold
your,
name.
what is the alias you're trying to go by?
The
hard to
alias is
remember.
the name in my in the roll 20, but I'll put in the nickname.
I'm still trying to memorize stuff.
Well, his
To
actual
my
name.
understanding, Brock Garrick is the name he's going by.
Oh my
bro.
god.
Like the gym leader.
Yep, I get it.
That was not intentional, by the way.
So,
Like, literally how he
Alright,
chose
so,
his name was
I'm-
like drill daggers at the wall.
so I'm just gonna have a conversation with Brock here. I guess we're just gonna be discussing business in the background until plot happens.
Alright. Well, Kay,
Is there
are
a
you ready to
stage by
introduce
any
your
chance?
character?
Oh, what?
Let's see if Kay's ready to introduce himself first. He still needs a little more time.
I was hoping you could check your your direct messages real quick.
Oh, sure. See.
See how I was gonna go about this.
Actually, can I roll a history check on this drow to see if I may have seen or heard about him?
Mm, actually,
Would you
I
have
might have
any-
seen him before.
How far in the land have you explored?
I've been here, there. Assassinations kind of keep me moving, but kind of hit a bit of a cold spot lately.
Considering my backstory, I may have actually seen Galadan before.
I'd hardly doubt it.
I think my character would at very least would have heard what happened at Wheatbriar.
The only character that has any knowledge of Wheatbriar would be Arid, and the only knowledge he has is back when he was in the area. He heard there was something wrong in the village. Past that, not much.
My character wanted to go that direction, but he was very young.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you wouldn't have any knowledge of Galadin and what antics he's gotten himself into.
All right.
Okay.
I was just asking what information would I be armed with. Basically.
Pretty much what you're represented with right now. There's a dark elf in a bar.
Yeah.
That's all you know.
So, dark elf.
What?
Is it true what they say about your women?
What do they say?
That they are sluts.
Oh, eh? Watch it.
Wait, what?
He actually means blood with that. He heard some stories back when he was
immediately and just walk over with a knife in hand. You better watch what you fucking say before I slit your own throat out, okay?
I have my rapier pointed to your gut. You kill me, I kill you.
No, so it's gonna be like this, eh?
Not really.
Okay, Michael, chill out.
Just back off before you regret things.
Michael, off. Is it true that your women are Because
Okay.
I think that was because about how the women are more masculine and the men are more feminine, but then he just says, "Is it for you women?" Slut.
He read a really bad book.
This okay.
As the two of you start to kind of like glare and argue with each other, you immediately hear the barkeep slam a fish down on the table.
I try to intervene. Like, I try to be that voice of reason. Like,
Settle down. We do not need in a bar. All right.
Dumb giant man.
Hey
Fine,
guys, I forgot
fine.
these things are called.
But as I'm looking the dark elf directly in the eye, I say, "Watch your back."
Hmm.
As I put away my rapier.
I just kind of pick.
Advice.
I just kind of pick up Brock by the scruff, like by the collar of what he's wearing, and just kind of take him into the corner here.
What?
We do not need to draw attention to ourselves. All right.
I know that. And you know how I read that book. I said the exact same thing back then. And I was just actually naturally curious.
I'm just saying. Try not to draw attention to ourselves.
Too
And
late.
don't piss off the locals.
As I look over to the bartender, I think that's a little too late.
Well, don't piss them off any more than you already have. All right. All right.
Alright. Just chill.
Like he's still holding him there, just kind of looking him in the eye.
All right.
Alright. I'll try to chill.
Heal boy.
As we go back, and I just kind of, and I'm still holding him by the collar. I just like, is this yours kind of position? Like,
I believe my associate here has something he needs to say.
I apologize. I read a really bad book and I was just curious. I didn't mean to insult your women.
I kind of shake him a bit.
Alright. I apologize.
For
I just look away.
For being a sexist cunt.
good, close enough.
As I drop him, like I drop him the full 7 feet.
And I just like dust my shirt off.
I just look away.
But yeah.
All right. Well, the orc barkeep kind of comes up to you, Brock. He goes, "Oi, dragon fucker, you gonna order something or you gotta get the hell out of here?"
I'll take a small ale and some bread.
We don't got bread.
Huh, that makes the first tavern I've been to where they don't have bread.
What the fuck is this then? I thought the barkeep was going to say, "Have a deal." What is this then, a log?
Also, what is this?
Tavern.
Alright, getting
the
back.
bread that's clearly on the table.
Fine, just a small ale then.
The orc stifles his laughter a bit. What we got here is whatever ale you want. We got mutton, we got potatoes. So if you're hungry, that's what you get.
I feel like you just described heaven to Michael.
God damn it.
What are these things called again? What are your little character images called? I forgot.
Tokens.
Oh, the tokens?
Thank you.
I have ale.
I
But yeah, my
needed
character
that.
will say, "I'll take some mutton then."
Christ, Michael.
I'm just still sitting there drinking.
Question, DM. Is there anywhere in this bar that I could hide and eat this meal without being discovered?
Did you actually order the meal?
Yes, that
Because he offered it to you.
yeah, he's going to order the meal.
All right. So you take the mutton and the potatoes. That'd
Mutton
be,
and an ale, yeah.
I asked
just
for.
the
I
mutton
asked
and
for
ale.
potatoes. I
Yes.
asked for potatoes.
You want potatoes? All right.
Just potatoes.
5 gold pieces for the giant, and I don't know what ale you want. So at least 5 pieces for the mutton.
I guess I finished my mozzarella black and then just kind of eat and just kind of mashed up these potatoes with my club.
Yeah,
Like I just do like this weird awkward thing where I just have this great club and I'm just kind of slowly grinding out these potatoes into mashed potato.
Well, no, you haven't been brought the potatoes yet. The barkeep doesn't actually have them with him.
my
There's
character
someone else that has
Yeah, well, that's what I'll do. When I
my
do
character
get it.
will ask the barkeep, "What types of ale do you have then?"
Oh, it depends what you're looking for. We've got ale all the way from up north to the deepest south.
From all the way up north.
You want that rubra shit?
Yes.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you.
I've
He
had it
goes over to
before.
kind of he goes over to the back of the bar a bit, and you see there's this stack of kegs along the wall, and they're written in a language that you don't recognize, or at least you don't know. You've seen it all over Marcello, but you've yet to actually learn it. And he reaches kind of low in the kegs, takes a mug and fills the mug up, takes it over to the bar, sets the mug down.
Do I know the language that's all over?
You would know, and Galadin would know. It's the native tongue of Mobcello. It's kind of a weird combination of like giant and dwarvish.
All right. Well, I do know giant, so that's half.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, because you were. Well, no, I guess you would only be able to know half of it, Arid, because you're not actually from Mobcello.
I definitely am going to ask the barkeep as soon as he, brings my drink. I say, "Excuse me, what language is that in?"
What language?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Do you not? What? You came all the way out here and you don't know how to speak it?
I've never seen that language, personally. I'm just a passerby. I don't stay in one place for very long.
What does it say on the wall?
As you... Well, where specifically are you trying to read the kegs?
Yeah, I'll read the kegs.
The kegs are pretty self-explanatory. Like, you notice one of the kegs says, like, the Mobcello Black. The keg that he got is a little funky because some of the letters don't look like they'd match up exactly. But the vague translation you can get is dragon shit.
Is it in Thieves' Camp? Because I do know that.
It's not in Thieves' Camp. It's in Mobcello. It's in the Mobcello's native tongue.
Which is apparently a mixture of giant and dwarvish.
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason it looks funky is because it looks funky because of the fact that, and you can tell this, it's not strictly, it's like someone translated it from its native language to the Mobcello language. So the most direct translation is dragon shit.
So I could probably read it, but very brokenly.
My character would know that this is technically is called Dragon Ale, but there is a mistranslation.
Yes. All right. So barkeeper brings you your drink, and what were you gonna ask him again?
I was asking him what language that was in. The case.
That's right.
Also, I believe Kay's character has just entered the building.
Yeah.
Oh, Kay been entered? Yes, he has.
I have entered.
Um,
I was like,
for
I would like a bottle of rum, please. Thank you.
For Arad, you basically find what's sitting right in front of you, an empty mug of ale.
Yeah, I asked for rum.
Well, Kay, since you are ready to introduce yourself, go ahead and tell us a few things about your character, like his race, what class you went with.
I forgot how the fuck it's pronounced. Shit. Hold on.
You specifically asked to play this.
Yeah, I
You
know,
how
but
to
I
pronounce
never
it.
learned how to pronounce it.
Pugilist?
Pugilist.
Pugilist.
There we go.
Pugilist. Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm pretty much a thug.
Basically, think a strength monk without the key.
And without the unarmored defense.
Huh.
Well, no, we actually have something like key. It's called Moxie.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Except we don't get as
I
much
just look
as
at this
of it.
weird person coming in and whatnot.
Just like just swagger is like I am the king of the party.
Go ahead and describe what your character looks like and what's his name.
His name is Jack Pine. He's dressed in like your typical thuggish attire. Like he's definitely a punk. But like he gives off like this energy of like someone that's really optimistic and not a punk. So it's a little contradicting.
Huh.
Question.
Like you can tell this guy is a friendly guy.
Can I pickpocket this person to see if whatever they have, like gold, whatever?
This guy?
This guy over here. That's like sitting right back here. Like, is it like I'm like looking at his pouch.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Oh, wait. Can I make a perception check to see if I notice this? Because I got something in mind.
Let's have him roll a sleight of hand first.
Does anybody want to know more about my character?
I'd say you described him pretty well. Oh my god.
All right.
Wow.
I will give you an answer to what happened as soon as Kay finishes introducing his character.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I forgot I was.
So like, I think I'm good, but is there anything more you want to know?
Well, I mean, for starters, you didn't say what race he is.
Yeah.
I am a half-orc.
All right.
Anything else?
I feel like that's it.
You go ahead, Kay. You enter the tavern, all strutting with your moxie.
Yeah.
And so you approach the bar here, and what do you say?
I would like a bottle of rum.
The bartender
Please
looks
and
over
thank
to you,
you.
what kind of rum?
Fire rum.
Fire rum.
Give me some of that stuff that burns.
All right. I get what you're saying. And the bartender walks over to one of his kegs.
Yeah, at this point I will
He
pickpocket this doofus.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't think I noticed this, but unless Brock gives like a subtle sign to Arid.
Yeah, I'll give you like a subtle sign, like I just stole something.
Oh well. I was all right. Well, I'm gonna do the aid action by kind of like trying to distract this guy
I got a 24. I don't think I could go get it any better.
by essentially
okay.
acting.
Give me a
like
performance check.
I'm essentially gonna try to act like a drunk Goliath.
Go ahead and give me a performance check, Arid.
I believe that's more deception than performance, isn't it?
No, because you're trying to do an action to be distracting. It's a performance. If
Yeah.
you're trying to lie to the guy, you're trying to convince him no, he hasn't picked his pocket. But you're trying to do something and distract him.
Okay.
All right. That man looks over to you, clearly sees you're just being an idiot, and out of the corner of his eye notices this very vibrant dragon mask and a small hand reaching out to his pocket and goes, "Hey, what are you doing? Stop that!" Kind of smacks Brock's hand away.
I already took gold out of his wallet.
No, he actually caught you as you were about to grab his pouch, unfortunately.
Yeah, I
He
just
did not
give
get
I
any
just give
gold.
Arid like a stare, like, come on.
24 inside of hand, really?
I rolled a 24 though.
Yes, but since he rolled so bad with his performance, I decreased your sleight of hand by his performance.
Oof.
Wow.
I'm gonna say it to Arid, like, next time, don't help. Like, I say that, like, under my breath, only to, like, so that way Arid can only hear it.
He kind of does this low growl, like.
But I give him, like, a thumbs
Okay.
up for, like, a good try, though.
Okay, the barkeep comes up to you, or no, goes over the keg, and you all kind of notice something very strange. The barkeep has grabbed a much smaller glass this time. It's not the giant mug. It's a pretty average looking glass. Maybe there's a little chip in the top of it, but it's like half the size of these mugs. And he pours this very clear liquid into the mug. Is anyone proficient with Arcana?
Yeah.
Galadin, would
Yeah, I'll make an Arcana check.
No, I'm not.
well, that didn't get you much anywhere.
I'm not.
I am not proficient. With
I
I'm
believe
not
that you actually
proficient,
know
but
glass.
I would be keeping an eye out for, like, poisons and stuff.
It's not a poison. If you're not proficient, then you wouldn't have noticed
I
this.
actually have a decent modifier, so.
That's it.
Let's see.
Yeah, if you're not proficient, it's not really something you would be looking for or have noticed. So anyway, the barkeep brings this glass over to you, Kay, and goes, "All right, be 5 gold pieces."
How much silver is that?
50 silver.
Okay, because I haven't converted it yet.
You gotta use. Well, it's too late, dude. You gotta use gold.
Yeah, I am. I just had okay, I gave him 5 gold.
All right, the barkeep takes the 5 gold and sets the drink in front of you. He goes, "All right, now I'm going to tell you right now. You need to drink that in one whole gulp. Otherwise, it's going to kick your ass in the morning."
Oh, I plan to just chug the entire thing. I plan to get drunk.
The glass is small enough where it's really only like 2 gulps worth. So you can chug it down pretty easily. But you are going to have to go ahead and give me a constitution check.
Sweet. I have a saving in that. And I rolled a 10. Shit.
Next time, don't say anything.
All right.
Well, we're gonna find a
You,
body.
as you can literally feel the liquid running down your throat and into your stomach, and it honestly feels like you drank fire. It definitely does exactly what the bartender told you, or what you asked of the barkeep. And just immediately you are drunk. Drunk as a skunk. You have
That's
you have
the
a pretty
shit.
you have a pretty good understanding of where you are, but you have no idea how you got here at this point.
I will
Just
mother
look
under
for-
my breath like I've had that before.
It's the good stuff. Hey, laddie.
No, I didn't remember who I was for like 5 days.
Oh. Yeah, that happens the first time.
That was the 5th time.
Oh.
Hey, let Jay have it.
You'll get better.
Let Caleb have some time in the sun. He
I know.
hasn't really gotten a chance to.
I'm just watching all of this going, wow. What the heck is that drink, dude?
Fire
I
rum.
mean, you were able to
Burn your
read the keg.
insides. It's like drinking liquid fire.
Uh,
Boys, it's strong.
How much?
5 gold.
Nah. I need the gold.
Hmm.
Alright.
Can we plot now?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Can I
finish my
do drunken things now?
I'm just gonna finish my
Well, you
drink
can.
off.
I mean, you're welcome to do drunken things in a minute, because there'll be perfect time for drunkenness in a
Yeah.
moment.
Alright.
But so
You know what? Screw it. I'll order. What is it called? The silver something wine.
yeah,
Like the cheaper, like it's still like really cheap, but better better version of the black,
yeah, it's silver wine.
the silver one.
Huh?
How much is that gonna cost?
It depends. You want just a glass of this stuff, or you want the whole bottle?
Oof.
I'm waiting for Michael's opinion. Bottle.
Don't look at that little thing. Make your own
What
choice.
is the bottle gonna cost?
Bottle be 20 gold.
Christ! I cannot afford that. Yeah, glass. Like a sizable glass.
All right. He pulls out the bottle from underneath the counter.
Essentially, like just get a mug and fill that.
Well, normally people, it's wine. Most people just kind of sip it. They don't really chug it like ale. I mean, if you wanted it in a mug, I can give it to you in a mug, but
Yeah, I'll just sip it like wine. It's wine. You gotta sip it properly.
all right. And he pulls out a glass that's similar to one K gives. He takes out a bottle, and very strangely, it looks very similar to the Mopsillo Black. And he pours it in, and it looks almost identical, except it's much more translucent, and there seems to be like little chunks of like possibly fruit in it.
Trust that.
Alright.
Damn it, Michael. Okay. I'll drink it. I'm just gonna.
All right. Well, as you go to drink, I would like everyone to go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Oh
geez.
no.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I didn't roll too bad. Neat.
I rolled terribly.
Shit.
I'm pretty sure you are the only one that would have succeeded.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually rolled really good with the dex save. And that's like
Roll.
my
God, you're
dumb
Terrible.
stat.
God, there's that K of Jello luck.
It's like my no. There's my charisma is my dumb
All
stat.
right, what happens?
All right. Well, Kay, your guy almost like feels the room shake a little bit, and he kind of braces himself. Everyone else, all you see is this massive explosion from the wall of the tavern. It just completely blasts inward. You're all flung from your seats into it will be the wall over on this side.
Ping it again?
So all over here, this wall.
I don't see where you're pinging.
That's weird.
Just do the arrow.
There
Yeah.
you go. There it is.
This wall, okay.
That's a
Yeah.
oof.
Oh, good
So,
thing I was not over there. I probably would have died.
For the rest of you, you all unfortunately get knocked out of your chairs and
I
currently prone.
feel like Brock got launched.
Yeah, I go like.
Is this an old woman right here?
Yeah, I fell out of my chair. Brock got fucking launched. Considering Brock
I'm
is
also put down
considering
playground.
I'm
Brock
only
is
like
no-
30 pounds, so that blast
Yeah.
definitely did a number on me.
Yeah.
And he got fucking rocked.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Granny!
Yeah, Brock is 30 pounds. I'm like 200 something.
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm barely.
I imagine I would be like right here.
All right, but Kay, despite the fact you were able to brace yourself, you do end up falling to your knees as this burst of fire comes through the hole in the tavern. Everything seems to go in slow motion, and all of you feel this instant like fiery pain, and then nothing, as you all fall unconscious for a moment.
Who farted?
I just went.
The
Who the
wall.
hell?
Wall farted. The wall farted, huh? Well, I mean, you asked who farted, and you just said the wall, so.
Okay, we are screwed.
Not necessarily.
Somebody literally casted fireball at a wall.
Oh no, it wasn't fireball. It was something so much worse.
Oh, God.
Great! And we're only level 3.
Yeah, hold on. Can I wake up?
In just a moment. As you all wake up, you all kind of barely get up to your feet.
hear what Michael said?
What?
A red dragonborn got drunk and burped at the wall.
I mean, got the dragon part right.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
dude.
Wait, where were we waking up?
Kay, your character is kind of on his knees, so as he kind of blinks back to consciousness, he's able to stand up properly. The rest of you are all still prone, kind of just barely pushing yourselves up. And in this massive hole in the tavern,
You got the dragon part right.
you see a massive red dragon. The kind of thing that all of your characters have only ever heard of in legends. It seems impossible to have standing in front of you.
Well, my
The
character's
entire-
the one from Wheatbriar, so I just look at it. It's like, oh, not again.
And I just
Well,
look
no,
over
I mean-
to Galen?
Move the fuck
Galen.
away!
And I go, what do you mean again?
Long story. I'll tell you later.
Run
Not the dragon!
It's like,
Run away!
All right.
Yeah,
Let me finish setting the scene real
I'm
quick, guys.
going with Aaron.
yeah. You just hear me go under my breath. Now's my chance. And just
What the-
run up.
Can I grab him? Can I?
No, go,
I
go.
grabbed the kobold. I grabbed the kobold like some kind of teddy, like kind of. I
Why
grabbed
you
the
grabbing
kobold like
me?
some
I'm
kind of
not the
kobold.
cobalt.
No, I'm the couple.
Sorry, I forgot. I grabbed the gnome. Wink, wink. Like a football and just fucking charge out.
And I point over to the half orc. Like, what about him? Like, I'm not like saying that out loud, but I'm like, he's probably going to die, right?
So what do we do?
Probably.
Right now, we're the only
Well,
possibly
here's the
people
thing,
that
he has
are
a
remotely
flaw.
stand a chance. We stand a better chance if we have more people. Grab him. He could be good for our business.
I just shout
Yeah,
over,
well,
run, you idiot! It took us 10 of us last time to take that thing down. And I just immediately...
And I don't think this is exactly the place to be having this conversation right now.
Well,
All right.
it's either now or later.
And honestly, I'm just gonna grapple him and like try to hold him like a football and just charge right the fuck out.
You're gonna grapple me.
I'm the one that keeps moving you back, Kay. No one has had enough time to like get up and run at the dragon yet.
Yeah, I'm basically getting onto Arid at this point. Like,
All right.
nope.
You
Yeah,
are
so
still on the
can we-
ground.
Yeah.
Neither of
So
you
I
have
guess
gotten
we
up
do
yet.
I'm getting
I guess we
up.
can do an oppose. So unless he's like so adamant about getting this guy, like we can either do a grapple or I can literally just pick him up and charge out.
I'm not gonna be able to survive any type of strength check or saving throw. So you
I'm
pick me
just
up like a freaking
walking
football.
out.
Guys,
Yeah,
I still haven't even finished setting the scene yet.
right.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure
Stand
even
still.
you could beat that, man.
Probably.
Like I just fumbled.
Anyway, so let's Rue tell the scene.
Oh shit!
Fumble.
Shit.
Alright.
That works. I fumbled.
As you all awake from your unconsciousness, you see the red dragon. As you look around, you see the tavern completely lit ablaze. Nearly every chunk of wood is either already charred or still on fire. Most of the people in the tavern are dead. A couple of the unlucky ones are still screaming as they're burning alive.
Ooh.
Grandma! What did you do
And
to
riding-
Grady? You asshole!
And riding atop the head of the dragon is a man. A very strange looking man. The man is dressed in these torn up, red looking robes and bandages and scarves. His hair is very, almost pure white, and long and stretched out, and flowing in the wind, flowing in the night air as the fire catches it. And the embers just seem to cling to his hair without burning at all. There appears to be a lute strapped to his back as he descends off the head of his dragon. This is beautiful. Just what you've all earned. I suppose I should introduce myself. Nay, I should introduce ourselves. As he raises his arm and turns to the dragon, dragon rears up its head and lights the ceiling of the tavern ablaze as it fills with fire.
Okay, can I punch this guy in the face?
Not yet. You'll get to initiative in a moment. The man turns to most of the tavern goers. He seemingly hasn't noticed you guys specifically. And he goes, say hello to your returning overlords. You puny little mortals didn't think you were going to live much longer without them coming back, did you?
Okay, so now can I punch him?
Have I called for initiative yet?
Nope.
Don't tempt
No,
him.
you get to sit there before I light you on fire.
Let the guy monologue.
It's like, but why would I let him do that when I could interrupt it with a punch to the face?
Just
Well,
let him-
mostly because you're still waking up from what you presumably were lit on fire.
Hmm.
He
I'm
He looks
drunk
around
and
and
pissed off, okay?
he
Grumpy.
turns, he looks around, and he notices a few of the bodies still moving. And even turns his gaze towards you, Philos. He goes, "Oh, I almost forgot. For any of the would-be heroes left in the world, just remember, there's no more dragon slayers to save you now. And none of you are those slayers either. And now, you may go ahead and click on your tokens and roll your initiative."
Alright.
Part of my. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Oh no.
And they're reacting.
Is it weird that my character's actually okay with this?
What, the fighting part?
No, the actual people getting what they deserve.
Oh my god.
My character is not a saint.
Did
My
anyone
character
read
is
what I
just
typed
stupid.
in?
Is stupid and drunk.
Did anyone read what I
Yes.
typed in?
What the hell did-
Yes.
Guys,
Do you know what it's from?
Yes, it's
I
from
know.
Boondock.
I know where it's from. Oh, sweet! I got the highest initiative.
And that's why you have a 6 in initiative.
We
Well.
did this the easy way or a hard way. I don't face right now.
All right. So, Rango, you
Yeah.
are first in the turn order. What would you like to do?
I would like to get up because, I'm pretty sure we're still all prone for the most part.
Yep. You make it up.
That takes an action.
No, that takes half your movement.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a whole action. He can still do some stuff.
yeah.
I can only
Are
get to.
you the Johnny Depp chameleon?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold my turn until Eric gets up.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do this.
Oh god.
All right.
Ricky back.
Okay. You
I'm
you
gonna run
use
up
your
here with my free action and we're like, tell that to my fist! And then I'm gonna punch him in the face.
How exactly do you account for the freaking? How do you freaking account for the 15 feet of just hole?
Oh,
Yeah, you would have had to walk around the staircase, but
I did.
he would be able to make it.
yeah.
So does a 19 hit?
Surprisingly, yes.
Sweet. 7 damage.
I like how the name of his attack is Fisticuffs. All one word.
Yep.
Gotta love them fisticuffs. Shut up.
So how does it react to the punch to the face and my one-liner?
He is stood there. You punch him in the face, and you know that kind of anime moment where someone goes and gets punched, and they just stand there. Yeah, pretty much that.
No, this might be
Completely unaffected.
wrong.
Honestly,
I actually
if
thought that
Aaron-
might do something.
If Aaron ends up dying, I'm definitely going to be playing something tiny. Just so I can go. Just so I can do that.
Okay, I see this and I respond with, this might just be me being drunk. But I thought that would do something.
Alright. As soon as you punch the red man in the face, you kind of look up and remember there's a giant dragon standing over him. Make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh
And
no.
I go, you idiot!
Does this 10 make it?
Team does not make it, I believe.
Oh, I'm silly. I asked you the wrong wisdom saving throw. I apologize.
Oh. 17.
That's better.
That
It is much
7.
better. It is not better enough, though.
Ooh.
As the dragon looks down at you, you feel yourself sober up faster than you have ever sobered up before.
Yeah, that's a drill loaded four for you.
Made a mistake. It would say.
You are now frightened of the massive dragon, and
Oh.
next time,
Run away!
on your next turn, you will have to run like hell. I think you only have like 5 or 10 feet of movement speed left.
Don't I get movement speed every turn?
Yeah.
True, but from the position you were standing, you could still move a little bit.
I had 30. And I use it all getting here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Miscalculations, my bad. Nevertheless, that'll be Arid's turn. Galadin,
Wait, are you
you're up.
Alright, so are there any
Oh, my
openings
bad.
that aren't covered in fire?
Yes, the one where the dragon is standing.
Ah, crap.
And the upstairs. Or is it downstairs? I think it's upstairs.
Well, considering
the
the
roof
dragon
is
just
on
lit the
fire.
roof, yeah, the second floor is currently burning from the bottom up. So,
Well, we can
Alright,
still like jump out of like a window.
I mean, you could, but everyone else is too large to fit in a window. Most of the windows are kind of small.
What are you talking about? We got this guy.
Alright, so I'll use half of my movement to get up and then the other half of my movement to get over here. Then I'll
Alright.
just Eldritch Blast. Damn. Is
All
it
right.
hit?
You go. You charge up. Well, actually, no. Go ahead and describe to me what your Eldritch Blast is.
Eldritch Blast seems to look a little bit like a dagger of sorts that I just use my hand to launch forward.
All right. As you throw this Eldritch energy dagger at the red man, it looks like it's just about to hit him straight in the face, and he just grabs it out of midair.
Okay, that doesn't usually happen.
Rango's actually kind of gonna be a little bit impressed by that.
It's usually meant to blow up on impact, but that does not happen. What?
What's
As he,
happening was predicted by Michael being an idiot.
Basically, the red man caught an eldritch blast that was in the shape of a knife.
Yeah.
Aha.
All right. The red man looks you all over and goes, "Wow, you mortals really are screwed. Glad I'm on the winning side."
Hey, screw you too.
I would like everyone except for Kay to go ahead and do a perception check.
Okay.
So, I have proficiency in that.
Watch as I
It's
fail.
still a terrible roll. I have not gotten a roll that is about. Oh my god, he's good in that 20. And I have not gotten a single roll that is above
What? The smoke in the mask has gotten me distracted.
And Silver got a nat 1.
Brock is unfortunately too busy noticing that man he tried to steal the coin purse from. He's currently on fire, and you can see his coin purse melting in the fire.
No!
But Arid, you look. You see the you see the red man. He leaps up onto the head of his dragon. And he goes, "All right, well, I have more important things to do, so you all have fun burning to death, and I'm gonna go back to awakening the rest of the dragons." And you notice as he goes and he steps onto the head of the dragon, his feet don't actually touch the dragon. Like, it almost, like one foot seems to go through the head, another is floating above it. And as the dragon's head turns towards the opening, it looks much more like the red man is going first and the dragon's head is following.
Whoa.
What?
Too bad my character
And,
missed that, because he's like looking at this guy's go like, dang it, I could have had that gold.
And within the next moment, both the red man and the dragon fly out the hole in the tavern, and the hole in the tavern is filled with a wall of flames, trapping you all inside the tavern.
I
But,
will do a thing. I will do
but,
a thing.
You will do a thing? What
Yes.
is a thing you would like to do? It is your turn, technically. You may do a thing if you'd like.
Yes.
I am gonna get pissed off. I'm gonna get pissed.
Now's not the time for a drink.
Right. No, I'm literally gonna get pissed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna charge the wall here.
Hold on, can I write on Eric?
Are you sure that's where you want to go?
Please don't.
Well, yes,
Because
because I can see. Well, mostly because I can see Cobble.
Well, you wouldn't be able to see Cobble from inside the tavern. The main reason I ask is because that's a part of the room that's on fire.
Well,
What?
I'm still gonna go through. But honestly, it's better than nothing.
What's currently not on fire that we could probably go through?
I'm literally just charging through the flames. Trying to burst through this wall, providing an opening.
All right.
And
Go
honestly,
ahead and
I'm
roll me.
237-pound, 7-foot-tall man of pure muscle that's completely pissed. is gonna with that has advantage on strength on pretty much anything strength related. I'm pretty sure this is gonna work out.
Don't roll
Alright.
2 nat ones.
Right?
You can go ahead and roll your be a strength check. Well, no, actually, it'd be athletics. 'Cause you're trying to run through a wall.
Right. and because I'm raging, it's with advantage. Wow!
How did I know that was going to happen?
No, I got a 5.
Like, how did I know?
Coincidentally, the amount of fire damage you ended up taking trying to run through those flames, you run and you charge at that wall, and bam, just head first into a solid wall, and now you're surrounded by flames as well, and take 5 fire damage.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so it goes back to my turn then, I guess.
Almost. There's a new group of people.
Yeah.
Wait, new group of people, what?
There's a new group of individuals that are coming into the lovely battle.
Wait, what?
You notice from the wall of flames, you see a tiny scale-covered hand reach through and claw its way up into the tavern. And you see another and another, and a small army of kobolds crawl through the flames into the tavern, seemingly unaffected by the fire.
And I mother under my breath in Draconic. Great.
Wait, how do you know? Like,
He's a kobold.
oh yeah, true.
My character's a kobold, but you don't know that.
True.
You see a note.
So
Yeah, basically
so
you
with
say like
Galvin
a
saying that,
very.
All right. So now there's a small army of kobolds here.
I believe it's Brock's turn.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so quick question before we just start deciding to take on these kobolds. Is there any place that's not on fire that would be a pretty safe route?
The closest answer that you can have is, make sure I'm not moving things around. The fire has not reached this section of the wall. There is currently a table in the way if you are wanting to try and charge straight through.
Mm-hmm.
You notice the kobolds got through the wall of flames without being hurt for the most part. So it's possible you could just run through that because you know there's a massive hole there.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I basically got a whistle to the people, and I point over to where the kobolds came from, and I say, "That way!
Are you insane?
They came through the fire! Safe!
In front of a whole bunch of kobolds.
Kill the kobolds!"
Dude.
As I go over towards that direction to start, cutting up some kobolds.
All right.
As I basically unsheath my rapier and strike the first kobold.
Oh my god.
Congratulations! You definitely hit that kobold.
Well, hey, and it's with advantage because he's within 5 feet of an ally. So that means sneak attack.
I mean, I already done 6 damage. A kobold has about 5. I already killed it.
Yeah, you managed to take your rapier, you stab it straight into the kobold's neck, and just with a swish, the kobold's head just pops right off.
I don't think a rapier is meant for slashing, though.
No, it's more for
Exactly.
piercing.
And that's just how great he swung that. He managed to pierce the kobold.
Yeah.
Nice. Pierced it so bad with a centimeter diameter blade. so badly that it decapitated it.
It's actually rather sharp, because he keeps
Mhm.
really good care of it.
All right, Jack Pine. Thankfully, that dragon you're terrified of just flew away, so you're all good. Although you're
Yeah.
I am having some troubles here.
yeah,
God, you
very
guys
good.
bad time.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Oh,
with this guy then,
oh no, you're good now.
and I want to
Okay,
punch his lights out
punch his lights out.
with a nat 20.
Okay, what the hell?
What the? You got a nat 22.
Oh wait, that's right. I'm a half orc, which means I get savage attack.
Oh my
I don't
god.
think it's
Okay,
gonna
roll
matter,
another-
because you killed it in one go.
Yeah,
I-
roll another
I
d6.
just punched him out of oblivion. He just disappeared in a spray of blood.
You know what?
I
I'm gonna
might
go ahead
have
and let him.
that.
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah,
that's 7 plus 6,
plus 4, dead.
and
All right.
17 damage.
Allow me to describe this moment real quick. You take your fist, you reel it back, and just with the utter force of all your swagger, you shove your fist through the kobold with such great force that you puncture a hole straight through it, and it flies backwards into another kobold, injuring the other
Dragon
kobold
Ball
as
Z
well.
style. It's
Ooh.
Dragon Ball Z style, right into a cliff.
Ooh, hold on. I'm going to use that as intimidation, which for some reason I didn't put advantage on that, but I do. I don't have advantage. I have proficiency, but I do. And like, hey,
Wait, here's a good
you
question.
guys want to have a good time? And raising my fists up.
Wait. I got
Grinning.
something. I got something great. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
It's like,
All right. Well, while you go ahead and search for that,
should I
is
roll
there anything else?
intimidation for that then?
What are you wanting to do for intimidation?
Just like say like
Yes.
like put on a minute. Hey, you want to have a good time?
I
And
found it.
raise up my fists, including the one probably covered in blood.
You guys are gonna love me for this.
All right, Kay, you can go ahead and roll and intimidate.
Sweet. I rolled a 10.
Hey.
That's the sound that you hear whenever he does a critical hit punch.
Nice.
Yeah, whenever he crits with one of his punches, I'm just gonna play that sound effect.
Wow.
All right. So remember that kobold that you injured with the other guy? Yeah. He sees that his dead friend basically coating him.
And there's
He
just
runs.
and there was just like this strange ringing sound.
He runs his ass back out into the fire. But as soon as he jumps through that fire, he was so hurt you can literally hear him go as he burns and falls through the wall of flames.
Does that work on anybody else or just him?
I think it just
It
only
was-
worked on the injured guy.
Oh.
Hey,
It
we
was
took down
sadly
3
just-
enemies so far.
Yeah, I took out 2 in one turn.
Yeah. Far out.
All right. Well, that makes it Galadin's turn now.
Alright, time to get into this scuffle, I guess. Just thinking where. Yeah, over there. Just, oops. Run over here and give him a good old stabby. Where to put it? Yep. Yeah, that should hit. Hey.
Yep.
Oh
And
shit! I
roll.
should have just done a touch. Shit.
Alright, so now you guys have seen my short sword. It looks a little more interesting than what you would usually see for your standard short sword. Just going through this kobold.
So that
This
makes
very,
1,
very
2,
dead kobold.
3,
Yes, this
4,
very
5,
dead
6.
kobold.
Okay, so we only got 6 left.
Yeah. Not too hard.
All right. Got anything else you can do on your turn, Galadin?
Nah, that's it.
All right. Rod, you're up. You are currently
You are right.
surrounded
All
by
right,
flames.
Okay, wait. Can I? All right. Can I? All right. Can I ask this? Is Arod currently on fire?
He's not on fire, but he's surrounded by flames. The only other path he could go is maybe like
All right. I'm
he
gonna
could
charge
probably go
through.
on top of the bar.
I am gonna charge through with my great club, and just kind of baseball bat swing this guy into the wall.
You should roll intimidate after that.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Get in with performance.
If I hit though, that's only if I hit, because I've been having some pretty bad luck.
We all have. Yeah,
I
we've all
grant
done
you
really
good
Here we
luck.
go.
Wow, what's with us hitting these little guys?
Well,
I
they
grant
do
you
have
my
low AC.
blessing of luck
Yeah, they
for
could.
this roll.
All right.
So yeah,
You,
this guy is currently splattered into the wall. Like,
You gonna roll intimidation?
He did not get good enough to get a little intimidation roll, unfortunately.
Oh.
I think that would have to been like a natural.
pretty much.
But you
Okay, I
certainly
got
did.
But he did.
He is certainly splattered all over the wall.
yeah, and
But
I
you
do
do
that.
take.
And then from there, I just drop my great club as I get ready to do some wrestling moves. And from
Oh,
there,
you can do that too.
and that'll be my turn.
Okay. You took 8 damage from running through the fire.
Right.
And describe your great club to me.
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like the Great Club from Dark Souls, or it's literally just a giant, just a tree.
No, it's literally just a big old hunk of wood.
Yeah.
It's literally just like a big old hunk of wood with maybe some little spikes, just at the tip, you know.
Yeah,
All
it
right,
sounds
well.
like the Great Club from
Think
Dark
like a
Souls.
very big, crude baseball bat with like maybe 2 nails.
Right. You just dropped a wooden club right next to fire.
Well, he's not exactly the smartest sword. He's not exactly the sharpest sword in the shed, ain't he?
Sharpest tool.
Close enough.
Work tool.
Yeah, your great club is currently burning in the fire now.
Now you have a flaming Great Club.
You can. You would have to do that on your neck. Or no? Yep, you could do that. Although, actually no. Hang on. I don't think you could really do that secretly. Yeah, you would have to speak it aloud, so you can't really do that secretly.
he could whisper it.
I'll let you roll stealth. See if you can be sneaky about it. Alright. I imagine. What is everyone's passive perception?
My
Passive.
passive?
11.
10.
It's 14.
Alright. Kay, your character hears from over in the corner. You hear a healing spell being chanted. You can't really make out from who, but it's kind of coming from that direction.
And pretty much 2 of the guys are over there.
Mhm.
And using my amazing skills, putting 2 and 2 together, it's probably the big guy.
Well, you are not sure.
I mean,
You can try to guess, but you're not sure.
I'm guessing it's the big guy because this guy doesn't seem like the guy to heal. Just doesn't seem
Yeah,
like him.
does the big guy seem like the type to heal?
More likely. Comparing the 2 together, he does seem like more likely to be the one to heal.
Metagame.
As far as
Nah,
you know, I'm a gnome.
as far as I know, you're feral.
And on top of that, there's a lot of these guys.
Yeah, but see,
Actually,
I'm
what
going
are
off
the
based
bar's
off.
patrons doing
I'm going
during
based
all
off
this?
personality.
Oh, they're all either dead or on fire.
My character, like in the back of his head, like, damn it, no goals from here.
I mean, you could still loot the guys that are just dead.
But
I mean, most of them are on fire, so that's not recommended.
why
Not
do you
all
think?
of them are on fire.
They're pretty much all on fire.
I'm pretty sure that everyone
You
in
guys
here would
were on
be.
fire for a little bit.
Wait,
You were just lucky enough to live.
Yeah.
wait. Is all of the alcohol burning?
Probably.
Most definitely.
Which means that fires go spread a lot faster, so we need to get a move on.
Is there any way I can get
Alright.
my 5 gold back?
The barkeep is also on fire, so he had all the gold.
Ah. Is
Anyways, I believe it's the enemy's turn.
Yep. Kobolds, these 2 are going to go ahead and surround Arad. And Kobold.
I am raged, so I take half damage from piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning.
True. Small problem. They're not using any of those damage types.
Ooh, what?
Kobolds in this universe are the direct descendants of dragons, along with Dragonborn. So they get breath weapons. Horrible breath weapons.
apparently. Except for that one.
Shoot.
That second one will hit. And I believe it's a crit because pack tactics.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Then what about this guy?
What guy?
I have it too.
Hmm.
I have
Okay.
breath weapon too, but
No,
because I'm
if I
wearing
do
my
the
mask,
fighting,
you don't.
Wait. Do you give us advantage?
Yeah, basically, as long as someone's within my range.
What's your range?
10 feet. He's got a bonus action ability that gives everyone within 10 that gives
No.
advantage on
No,
any
it's whenever I
enemies.
cower, flee, or beg.
Yeah, pack tactics only gives him advantage.
Yeah, it only gives me an advantage, so You guys don't get that.
But you do got the bonus action ability that allows for any enemies within 10 feet of you to get hit with advantage.
That is true, but I'm not planning on using it anytime soon.
Hmm.
Why
Yes.
not?
Well, right now,
Because-
Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. Because they're kobolds.
well, one, they're kobolds. Two, the building's on frickin' fire.
All right. Well, Arid, you take 11 fire damage.
Mm,
Which one of them hit him?
This guy.
This one right here? Oh, he's gonna get stabbed
Yep.
next.
Galadin, your expertise with killing people, along with
Yes.
everyone else, because they're kobolds, has drawn the ire of 2 other kobolds, and they will proceed to use their breath weapons on you.
Ow.
Wow, they are really rocking these rolls.
Am I the only one that hasn't taken any damage yet?
I haven't took anything
No.
yet.
Ow. Yeah, they'll both hit.
6, 7, 8, 9. Take 9 fire damage.
That's not actually that much. This could have been a lot worse.
And 1 more breath weapon goes straight into Jack.
Oh,
Hey, I didn't get hit.
Does 15 hit?
is a 15 hit?
Yes. What is your armor class?
15.
So yeah.
Yep. So you get
Okay, how much damage?
you take 4 fire damage.
Alright. It's not that bad.
True. Rango, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and stab this guy with the rapier.
All right.
Steady,
Remember,
steady,
gotta
stab.
As I just stab him in the chest.
Yep. You stab him, and it goes straight through his heart. He is down for the count.
Alright. And I'm also gonna flank this little kobold here.
Where? Oh, there you are. It's like, wait, where did you go?
I was here,
Dun, dun, dun.
and now I moved here.
Snuck under the corpses.
No.
All right.
He snuck under the floorboards.
I can technically do that.
I mean, if they weren't on fire,
Yeah,
but Jack, you are up.
I'm gonna punt this guy's head.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Does an 8 hit?
No, I can tell you that.
You go for your punch. And,
I said
the kobold
punch.
was-
He said punt.
Yeah,
So
like
you're trying to kick it in the face?
yeah.
Okay. Well, you go for your kick, and the kobold just barely swings its head out of the way. Like, ah! Almost loses its footing, but you unfortunately miss it.
I say,
I'll get
don't
you
be
next time.
stylish, just go for the kill!
I'll get you next time, you bloody wanker.
As I already have two bodies on the floor.
I mean, I've already killed a guy, and that action forced another one to kill itself. So I think I'm more
The one
boss.
that hit me the hardest. I'm going straight for the throat.
All right. That's going to be
We are a
one
bunch of
diagonal from you.
savages.
We're men on a mission.
I am super close to it.
God damn it!
Why do you think I'm flanking this one?
Is that hit?
Galadin, you go and you try to stab your sword into the kobold, and you would have clipped his ear if kobolds had ears. The kobold's just staring at you and at your sword, just like. It's like he's just barely managed to survive.
But would I be able to bonus action attack with the dagger?
Um, did you already have it drawn?
No,
You haven't-
shoot.
Yes. Yeah, since
Wait,
you
yes,
didn't draw it already. I will allow you to draw it now, and you can
Yeah,
attack with it
yeah,
next turn.
Okay, I'll draw it now just in case, but you know. Yeeky. Yeeky. Not
All
good.
right. And I believe that would be the end of your turn.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
Rod.
step over here out of the fire, and I'm just gonna try to grapple this guy's skull.
Going to grapple his skull. Okay.
Like I'm essentially gonna try to grapple him, lift him up, and crush his skull like an egg.
Do you have the Tavern Brawler feat?
No, but I can grapple and then do that next turn.
Yeah, you can grapple him with the.
Oh my! I
The opposed
forgot about
strength
bonus
check.
actions.
What was that?
I forgot I had bonus. I had a bonus action to grapple or attack a second time.
Unfortunately, you'll have to wait till your next turn to use it.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
All right.
God
Well,
Get out of that.
yeah, I found it unlikely. So you have grappled the kobold.
And I go, you got this.
Yep.
And now it is the kobold's turn.
Well, I imagine this one's gonna try to get out of its grapple.
I mean, you can still attack while being grappled.
Yeah, but it's at disadvantage.
He's gonna take his very pointy metal bit, and he's gonna try to get you with it. He probably did not get you with it.
Who's this?
No, he did not. My armor class is 16.
Yeah. All right. Arad, you have survived another wave. Congratulations.
Barely.
Galadin,
All right.
Got it, 90 HP, man.
I don't like the
You're-
fact that. Oh, what? Oh no, I don't like this.
you have a kobold that you almost stabbed that is definitely going to try and stab back.
Too bad he misses. It's like, haha, two can play that game.
And then the other one tries to help his buddy and trips and drops his dagger.
Wait, don't
No.
these guys have advantage?
Oh yeah, he does actually.
It still miss.
Still misses. He just barely managed to catch his dagger, thankfully. Like ah. All right, and one more dagger, trying to go after Jack.
Oh yeah.
That one definitely hits.
I probably should
That's a
have.
crit.
That's a critical success. Jack, I hope you
Jack,
have health.
You take 7 damage.
Actually, what's the pugilist? What's the hit die for the pugilist look like?
Okay.
Hmm?
You got hit
Oh,
with a crit.
And also, what's your hit die look like? Is it a D8 or a D10?
it's a D8.
Ah,
Nah, it's okay. You took
so
7
yeah,
damage.
you're not too terrible. Like you got decent HP, but you're not tanky.
So wait, how much damage did I take?
7 total.
7.
All right. Well, I'm actually more of like H. Well, I have another thing for when I go past half health. And it goes. I don't know. It's a half of 29.
Does Ringo abandon his
Okay, I'm not.
only ally? You know what? He's gonna help out these other humanoids, even though it's way out of character. Damn it. Oh wait, I get advantage because he's right next to an ally.
Alright, roll again.
All right.
30-20.
Okay. Alright. I assume the kobold right in front of you?
Yep.
Alright.
As I basically stab him right in the back with my rapier.
Yep. As you kind of sneak up behind him, get him right between the shoulder blades. All, ah!
And
he goes limp in your blade. On your
Yeah.
blade.
And I'm gonna move here to attack this guy next.
Alright. Jack, you are up.
And I go, now you have to play catch up. Okay, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. So, let me just. You saw the one I tried to punt earlier? I'm gonna take both my fists and smash it down on its head.
Alright, you certainly succeeded.
Sweet. No, I can just. God damn it. There we go. For 8 damage.
Alright, you bring your fist down on top of him and his skull just caves in and he collapses to the ground.
Alright. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to tackle this guy and just. It's technically a grapple. So is that strength?
That would be, you're wanting to grapple him, you said?
Yeah, it's technically a grapple, because I'm gonna choke him out. I'm gonna tackle him first and choke him out.
Alright, well you cannot choke him out within the same turn. You'll have to either grapple him this turn and then attack him later.
Well, no, I'm using a choker hold kind of thing.
Alright. I'm just saying you're not going to be able to do damage to him until your next turn.
Alright. I am definitely holding him down with that 19.
Yeah.
Probably.
Unless he gets really lucky.
And he got really lucky.
He did.
Yeah, but I have a 19 and a 19.
He rolled a nat 20. I think that beats you.
But it has a -2.
I don't think it
Even
matters.
though it is a smaller number,
Still crit.
even though it's a smaller number, it is still a critical success. So you go to grapple him, and you literally get him in your arms, and he just manages to slip through your grasp just barely in the last second.
Yeah, does he even notice me as he's getting out of this?
Oh,
I think
yes,
I've been ignoring you this whole time. Ignore this guy.
Yeah, Galadin, you are up.
Alright. Time for a stabby stab, shorty sword. Does a 13 hit?
You go for your stabby stab, and you get him right in the shoulder.
Alright. Since I got allies within 5 feet, I'm gonna add my sneak. Max roll on and
Yeah, he
good
did.
damage. He did.
All right, you get that sword into his shoulder, and it gets stuck for a second. So you kind of put your boot up against him, and you yank the blade out. And as you do, it ends up completely ripping his arm off from the cut. And he collapses, bleeding out on the floor.
Yep.
My character
And
just
another one
goes,
bites the death.
last one! Bring us home! Air!
All right, Erod.
Out.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, well, I am not killing this guy. Instead, I'm just gonna hold him here.
I don't think it would be a wise idea. My character's gonna say, I don't think it's a wise idea to interrogate him while the building is still on fire.
Well, that's why I'm gonna knock him unconscious and then, well, vacate building.
Yeah, we should probably go through the really big hole.
That's on fire.
So can I just roll? Can I just roll a flat? Can I just use Can I just
Unless you
try to
have-
knock him out?
That would be an unarmed strike, and unless you have a feat or a feature that says differently, that would be, if I remember right, it's just your strength modifier that does unarmed
Yep.
strike.
Yeah.
Yep. So I guess I'm just gonna roll. I guess I'm just gonna hit him until he's unconscious.
It shouldn't be
Okay,
too
what
hard.
is your-
Kobolds only have like 5 health. God dang, what's
Well,
wrong with the nat
hey.
20s?
Damn.
All right, for the sake of you rolled a critical, I will go ahead and say you knock out the kobold. Under normal conditions, it's not a strength roll. It is literally your modifier. You have a modifier of 3. That's the unarmed strike damage you do.
Well, yeah, but I rolled the strength for the actual to attack to hit kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I understand.
So that's 6. Yeah, he's knocked out.
Yep. All right. You have a knocked out kobold in your arms.
So yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep. I'm
Yep,
already
agreed.
I'm already leading the way through the fire. As I sheath my rapier back into its natural resting position.
I
Later.
get out of rage. I stop raging. I stop
Like-
raging. And, yeah. So yeah, let's get the fuck out.
Yep.
All
Through
right.
the fire and the flames.
No.
All right. So you-
Oh come on, that was a good reference.
Nothing.
all right. So you guys all want to try to escape out the flaming hole?
It's either there, we go
Yeah.
all the way over here.
Does anybody have something that could put the fire out? Temporarily.
Sadly, no.
Unless
I
you
don't
want to
think
pull
water skiing
L
is going to be enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hop through.
Well, before you hop through, the kobold just limp in Arid's arms. You all walk up to the wall of flames, just like getting ready to brace yourselves, jump through the fire. And all of a sudden, the wall comes down. It seems whatever magic that was keeping the fire in place is gone. But you guys do look behind you, and the tavern is still very much ablaze, and it is starting to grow even worse.
Well, I say we jump for it.
Yep.
Yep.
All right,
Point
you
of
guys
no
go ahead and
return.
jump down. And,
Yay!
for the most part, it's only really a
Yolo.
one-story drop. The majority of you can make it. Rango, you're gonna have to do a deck save.
Of course I am.
Right on my back.
Ooh. All right. Well, you all jump down. Rango jumps. He kind of stumbles. He ends up kind of tumbling over as he comes down, but he doesn't really hurt himself. Just kind of doesn't really land on his feet.
He goes, oh, improper landing, improper landing.
Oh, never do the superhero landing. Bat on the knees.
No, he didn't do that. He knows better.
All
He's
right.
not Deadpool.
As you guys look around, you see the tavern's not the only thing that's on fire.
Wait, is the whole town on
For-
fire?
Much of the town is on fire, and you notice that there do still seem to be some kobolds running around, kind of causing some trouble around the town. But luckily, the town guard has gotten into the fighting, and even some of the townsfolk have been fighting back. There are a few good dwarfs that are just punching kobolds to death. There's a Goliath or two that's just kicking them over walls. there's literal handmaidens with like a plate smashing it over kobolds. These are clearly a hardy people. They're not letting anything destroy their town.
I like these guys.
And I say, I'll mother on my breath. Huh. I'm actually a little impressed.
Sadly, there is still many casualties, as you can see, burning corpses and even a few people very heavily injured, as nobody's quite as strong as you all are.
Was
Well,
there
are there
hardly any kobolds
We're only
underneath?
level 3!
Are there any loose chunks?
Are there any chunks of wood just lying around that I can use as a impromptu great club?
Not really anything you can pick out. There might be some chunks of wood that are in like burning piles, but they're on fire as well, so they're not the best kind of weapons.
Is there like a metal pipe or something?
No, not that you can just see off the bat.
Oh, anything I can use as an improvised weapon?
Alright, my character's
Okay.
definitely gonna say this. Okay, what the heck was all of that about?
Our doom, apparently.
I'm looking at the
Honestly.
Dark Elf specifically.
I honestly don't know. I don't know.
Hey, look. Sorry.
Well, do we get going? Because I believe
I do believe we may have overstayed our welcome. And we're not even the ones that caused this mess.
Well, let's go.
Later.
So
Wish-
as I literally just grab Brock like some small child and place him on my shoulders.
Yep.
Alright.
As you guys begin to walk towards what would be the entrance to the town, you immediately see this troop of guards walking towards you. And at first, it doesn't really look like they're looking directly at you until your paths begin to cross. And one of the sort of older-looking men stops. He goes, "Hey, you guys look tough enough. Look, the whole town's in chaos. We need everyone to stay calm and stay inside the town until we can figure out what's going on. We cannot let you leave. We're setting a shelter
This
over."
is when Brock will say, "Fucking dragons is what's happening."
The guard just looks up at you and looks at your dragon mask and goes, "All right, you're actually all going to come with us real quick."
Ah,
Hey,
crap.
I know what these guys are.
Whoa, whoa! I'm only a performer. That's it.
Yeah, whatever you were performing tonight may have had to do with what happened. You're all coming to the guard barracks with us.
I can say I can say for a fact I am not with these people. I am a victim of circumstance.
I'm glad to
Agreed.
say.
So am I.
I
I'm
mean,
glad
you're
to say
holding
I'm
an unconscious kobold. I'm pretty sure they're going to arrest you too, anyways.
Right.
Really?
Some of
I'm
the
just going
You could be
on
carrying out an ally,
bolts.
for all they know.
They literally see a Goliath carrying a cobalt by its head in one hand. Really?
People are
Again,
suspicious.
victim of
That's all I'm
circumstance.
saying. Anyways, let's move on.
And by the way, this guy is for interrogation. I managed to subdue him, so that way we may interrogate him, since he would know at least something about what's going on here.
well, some of the smaller guards, they end up drawing your weapons as soon as you guys kind of fight back a little bit. They're like, "Look, you guys probably had nothing to do with this, but this isn't really a time to argue, all right? If anything, it's safer when the guard barracks than out here."
I'll say too, Air,
I'm
let's just
cooperating.
cooperate for right now.
I'm cooperating. I just don't want to be arrested.
Fine, I'll go along. Just continues to complain as he keeps walking along.
Hey, quit complaining, Drow.
Wait,
This is the racist.
was the elves with them as well?
The what?
The what?
The elf,
Me.
Galadin.
Dro is an elf.
Drow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
No.
Galadin. He's a part of your party. Yes, he's with you guys.
Yeah, I thought we kind of split
Yeah,
up.
I'm he.
Anyways, let's get up to the. Let's see what the guards want to ask us.
I mean, I was just gonna go on and continue to punch kobolds.
Well, I mean, as you're being escorted through the town, for the most part, you kind of see a similar scene. There's some kobold, for the most part, any kobolds that are still putting up a fight are getting killed off pretty quickly.
By the
The
way, I
majority of them are actually running away in terror.
I'm gonna
ask
kill
a
someone,
question.
like with the intent to kill.
I asked the question.
And what question is that?
It's in the roll 20.
Let's see. How long has it been? I mean, it's been at least a few hours, give or take.
It only lasts an hour.
It's been at least an hour. So,
Okay, so yeah, it'll be wearing off.
Yeah.
What?
I'm definitely gonna tap you on your shoulder, like, hey, isn't your thing about to end?
But I can't cast it again until another long rest.
Shit.
alright, well, the guards
So
kind of.
as we're all walking, you just see Arad is starting to look a little strange. Like he's starting to look less and less like a Goliath, and more a bit like something else. Hold on while I get the thing.
Can I make like an intelligence check to see if I know what he's turning into?
Just hold on, let it be a reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what all. He might literally just come out with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just see
Thank God I'm wearing a
Arad
disguise.
just start turning it like Arad's skin is turning a bit more pale than he really is. You start to see that he actually does have like this like long mane of red hair, like vibrant red hair with a very well trimmed beard and awfully strange ears. He's remaining the relatively same height though.
Huh.
And
And as you see that his form is not that of a Goliath anymore, but that of a just expand.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
You see that he is actually a furbolg.
Huh.
Wait, the Goliath Furple? No.
I've honestly seen weirder in my life, I'll be honest.
This transformation takes place right about the time you guys reach the barracks, and the guards kind of look at you. They kind of double take for a moment, like, "What the?" The younger guys are like, "Whoa, what the?" And the older one's like, "I know what this is."
my
One
character
of the
just
hill
sighs.
giants.
I apologize for the deception. I just did not wish to draw attention, and the form of Goliath seemed to blend in more than that of what I usually look like, which is what you see before you now. I meant no ill will. I just do not like attention.
Yeah, we hear the story every once in a while. You hill giants come down from the mountains Every now and then. Come
I am
on,
not
into the barracks with you.
I am not a hill giant. I am a furbolg from Golkiri.
You're giant kid. Your people live up in the mountains. You're hill giants.
Wouldn't it
Really,
technically be a mountain giant?
Well, in
Also
reality, I'm a
racist.
furbolg from the plains of Golkiri. I come from a particular tribe on the Golkiri plains. Us furbolgs like the forest and nature more than the mountain.
The old man just, the older guard just kind of starts to glare at you. One more word out of you, and you're going in a cell.
I don't think they have a cell for that guy that could fit that guy.
They got a lot of
realize
Goliaths. I believe they do.
Yes, Goliaths are actually commonplace in this city.
Yeah, if
This
I was
guy
not
don't
wearing my
look like no
mask and
Goliath.
kobolds were, if scales were accepted, he would just, my character would be like rubbing his temples, but he's like, nope, I can't take off my mask because of the whole situation.
Now, Rango, the guards do draw their blades at you,
What?
and
What?
all right, get off the giant. You do need to go in a cell.
What? What did I do?
Look, until we figure out what all this dragon business is going on, the kid wearing the dragon mask
I am
stands
not
out
a
a lot.
kid. I am a gnome.
I
Well,
think
you're a
Potato
pretty dumb gnome. The older guard puts his hands like towards the hilt of his sword, and he just goes, "Now you're gonna get in that cell in one piece or two. Which would you prefer?"
Warm
Okay,
Brock,
I'm
I believe it be Brock. I believe it would be wise if you do as they say. As I kind of grab them off my shoulders and just place them in there. Gently.
Right.
Are they paying attention to me?
And in the back of my head, in the back of Rango's head, he goes, worst case, I could just walk my way back out.
Are they paying attention to me?
No, they're a little more focused on Rango at the moment, kind of
Okay, I'm going
distracted by
to-
Arid.
I'm going to sneak off then.
And I go, oh, no, you don't.
Yeah, I
Uh,
fail my stealth.
Yeah, you're not. Literally, everyone watches you kind of go for the door. It's like the guards literally just go, it's like, it's not safe out there. You should honestly stay in here.
Nah, I rather spend my time punching colts.
You can punch all the kobolds you want after we figure out what the hell's going on.
Nah, they'll
Exactly.
already be dead by then.
There'll be
Good
more.
job.
Fun.
Excuse me, guards. As I kind of just have my hands raised, I could use some medical attention.
Yeah, my friend here has been wounded. He points to the,
Quite a few burns, as I was taking a good brunt of the fire.
and I look over to him. Hey, where'd your club go?
My cloak?
No, your club.
Oh, I believe I dropped it and it burned with the fire.
And you're holding, well, a kobold.
Yes, I am holding an unconscious kobold in my hand. I plan to interrogate him, but honestly, I believe you guards are more suited to interrogation than I am.
Yeah, we'll take him off your hands. And the younger guards kind of like hold their arms out to take the kobold from you.
Not to mention, I do not speak Draconic, so even if I were to, I would not be able to understand him.
And they take the kobold and they throw it in the same cell that Rocco is in and lock the cell up.
Yeah, I just started whistling to. Did they take off my mask or anything?
No, they threw you in there just as you were.
So I have all my weapons and shit. Okay, so.
Oh, yeah.
Worst case scenario, I could
They're-
just shank a guy.
I mean, from their point of view, you're just some weirdo with a mask. But when a dragon attacks and there's a guy wearing a dragon mask and then calls himself a performer, that's just a recipe for suspicion.
Well, he is technically like I said, his disguise is to be a performer.
By
Yeah,
the
they don't
way,
know
Brock, he is truly a gnome. He just likes wearing his costume. We are. I am his assistant. We are a traveling band of
Hey, don't drag
performers.
me into this.
We essentially perform a show of essentially that represents the dragon slayers defeating the dragons.
Hey, I said don't drag me into this. This is your problem, not mine.
I'm not talking about the drow.
Yeah.
He was talking about me.
Yeah, the older guard looks over you guys and goes, "Tale of the Dragon Slayers. Could really use some of them right about now. As for medical
Yeah,
attention,
I can go out and kill some
I see the
kobolds if
irony.
you let me.
Yes, I do see the irony.
the older guard goes, as for medical attention, you guys look pretty all right.
Except
kind
for
of walks
the,
toward-
Furbolg, except for the Furbolg on 9 HP out of 27.
The older guard walks to sort of the back of the guard's barrack, pulls this one curtain away from a doorway, and you see these beds. Like some of them are actual like guard beds, some of them are these makeshift beds, some of them are just rugs on the floor of just piles of people. Some of them missing arms, legs, massive burns.
Honestly, I'm just going to take a rug, seeing as how I don't think any of the beds will be able to take my weight.
No, he's basically pointing out, you guys are fine. The townspeople are far more important as far as what healing they have goes.
Yeah, except that I can defend these guys pretty easily if I were at least topped off a bit.
Yeah, and it was also the fact that I would rather be doing that than being in here.
No, you can sleep it off.
yeah, I'm just like chilling in a cage.
I guess we can take a short rest. Yeah, I guess we
I
can
have a
take.
thing that's made me do.
I guess we can just take a short rest.
Wait, guys.
Wait,
Is it- That's
wait,
not it.
okay, wait. I got something here.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing?
Okay.
See the thing, Street Smart?
Right.
I can do one of these things, a light activity, the purpose of resting. Does that count as like a short rest? I'm pretty sure.
I believe you can do that during a short or long rest, not in replacement of.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna shadow box with a short rest.
All right. Well, the older guard
I
kind of
was
brings you guys.
I'm actually going to cast Goodberry.
All right, if you want to.
Okay.
The older guard kind of brings you guys into the back room where all the people are currently very injured.
I'm currently in the cage, so I'm probably not back there.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you're not. You're in the cage. There's actually 2 guards at your cage.
So I just hand this handful of berries to the guards and says, feed one berry to each of the people, and this should help. It should help. It should help ease the suffering.
The older guard stops and kind of looks at the berries, gives them a sniff. I heard hill giants had healing magic like this.
I am not a hill giant. I come from Golkiri.
Well, if you want to make yourself useful, there's plenty of people that could use healing. This isn't nearly enough. And he kind of passes the good berries on to
I'm doing what I can. And I can't really do it, and I can't really make the proper potion without the right herbs and remedy. and certain plants.
Well, all the shops will probably be open in the morning. You can get whatever herbs and remedies you need then. As for now, the guard kind of leads you to another room where there's another slew of like beds and bunks and whatnot. This
I
is
guess I'll take
the
a short rest, and I guess I'm going to take a short rest and use my hit dice.
I mean, you could take a short rest or you could take a long rest. He's basically offering you guys a place to stay the night.
Yeah, I'll take a long rest.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a long rest.
I mean, unless you guys are really stressing out about these guards are going to stab you in their sleep. But
I'll take
I'm
a.
I very much am stressed about the guard stabbing me in my sleep. But I am going to take a long rest.
I'm also going to take a long rest because I do have my weapons, and if they really wanted to kill me in my sleep in the middle of the night, they would have taken away my weapons and my armor.
all right.
Yeah. And essentially, I'm just kind of I'm just sleeping with one eye open, essentially, literally.
Same.
All right. Well, you all gain your benefits from a full night's rest. Rocco, as you awaken, you quickly notice that you feel a little bit lighter. You pat your sides down. You notice what's the weapon you carry around?
I usually carry a rapier and a couple daggers and a bow.
You notice that one of your daggers is missing. You quickly look over.
Does the kobold have
Quickly
it?
look around. The kobold does have it.
And I basically draw my rapier and I say, in a very low, barely audible, but audible enough for the other kobold to hear, and draconic, to drop it.
As you look at the kobold, you notice something very strange. The way he's holding the dagger, he isn't really pointing or threatening it at you. He's actually shaking. If he had boots on, he'd be shaking in them. He's holding the dagger kind of straight up, and he speaks to you in Draconic. He says, "Oh, you're not nearly as scary as him when he finds out I've been caught. I'm not going back. Can't go back." And he shoves the dagger through his own neck.
Huh.
Well then.
And he ends up dead on the floor.
Well, shit. Did any of the guards notice this?
As you look over to the guards, you hear snoring. They're standing and sleeping.
I'm
in
gonna
front of
tap
the gate.
one of them on the side to kind of wake them up. Like, not trying. I'm trying to be very respectful about it and whatnot.
Mhm.
So wait,
You-
is he
you
just
go and
dead
poke him.
instantly?
I mean, he pretty much slit his own throat.
But yeah, I'm just basically getting one of the guards' attention. Of
For
course,
the most part, he had
I
like
sheathe
a
my
little, like,
rapier back. I'm not gonna grab that knife because, you know.
Can we also move to a different map?
Sure. Considering you're no longer in a fiery tavern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not exactly in danger.
You guys are in Petrova.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
as for where you guys are currently located, you're kind of located in sort of this building nearby where the city hall would be.
Mm.
But as of now, you're inside the building. Rocco, you kind of startle one of the guards awake. You go, what the heck? Oh my God! What the? They sees the kobold dead and bleeding on the floor.
I
sees
will
you.
explain very calmly on what actually happened.
The guard just looks at you, looks at the kobold, looks at you, goes, "Oh, he almost got the drop on you, didn't he?"
No, he committed suicide.
A kobold committed suicide.
He fears the man that was in charge of, I guess, the dragon.
What are you talking about?
The man that committed the dragon.
What man?
Can I do? I like look at him like confused.
I mean, you're wearing a mask.
Like I like tilt my head so that it looks like I'm looking at him confused.
I suppose. He just kind of tilts his head back at you in more confusion. Like, what are you doing?
Is anyone else just waking up from this?
I
You
go,
guys would be waking
I
up.
guess
I
I
guess
must have
me
been
and
who.
Galadan would. Because,
And I say,
actually, I
ah.
think Galadan would because trance.
And I-
Trance makes long rests count with only take half as long for them.
and
Oh,
then
yeah,
I'll
trans.
just re-specify. I mean the dragon. Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, my trans. I'd be out in the middle of the city right about now, just looking.
Yeah, like you would have woke up maybe a little earlier or got up a little earlier
Yeah.
than everyone else, and the guards would have appeared outside and they said, "It's okay for you to wander around, but there's not much going on. People are mostly still putting things back together."
Fair.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just hanging out with in a cell with a guy that's basically committed suicide.
Yeah.
But now I have
Um,
information about. It's weird information, but it's information nonetheless.
I'm gonna go help out wherever I can.
well, for the rest of you guys, you go and wake up and you come into sort of the jail cell room where Rango is. Kay, you said you wanted to go outside, kind of offer help.
Yep.
All right, well, you come outside, and one of the guards lets you know it's like, well, I mean, for the most part, people are still just trying to like put things together. You look strong. I mean, you probably help people like lift some stuff around. Not as good as the Goliaths, but
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out with Brock, and I am still calling him by his alias because
I admit I should probably be calling him Brock. For some reason, Rango is easier to remember.
Right.
Well, considering that his
Like
legitimate
me, I
name
can-
is Rango.
Like me, I can get away with doing the whole Furbolg thing. They don't got any prejudice against Furbolgs. It's
I mean,
it's the kobolds.
Kobolds, Dragonborns.
anything with scales.
Yeah, so
Pretty much.
kind of the reason why I'm wearing a mask. And
Yeah,
using a
basically
pulse.
anything with scales that speaks Draconic.
Pretty much.
Because lizard folk actually do learn Draconic.
Weirdly
And
enough.
Draconic bloodline sorcerers actually do have scales. No matter what the race is. They do got like these kind of scales.
Yeah.
Well, Arid, as you go and find Rango, about this time,
I actually reveal my actual name, and it's Neve. Or Nev.
Niv. But as you come into the jail cell, some other guards come in and they talk to the guards that are guarding the cell. The two guards that were witness to the dead kobold explain the situation, and they end up unlocking the cell. And they go, "All right, you're free to go."
And I walk straight out. And I basically
Bro.
look at Nave, was it?
Nev. Yeah.
Nev. I
Yeah,
basically look.
Nev is short for Neve.
I basically look at Nev and I'd be like, we need to talk. Like I kind of give him like the look like we need to talk.
All right. Actually, we probably could have taught each other. Like, we probably could have taught each other our specific languages. Because, I'm just gonna say it now. I do got 2 levels of druid.
We'll save that for a later note.
Yeah. Like, I can
Yeah.
teach him druidic. He can teach me thieves' cant.
I would say you two can't like exchange the exact language between each other, but you've used your since you are so knowledgeable of the 2 languages, you've almost made a secret code between the 2 that only you 2 can translate amongst each other.
Oh, okay, that works.
Yeah, that works.
Alright.
But yeah,
Well,
I am
you
gonna.
guys go ahead. You have your separate conversation. I assume you guys are going to leave the barracks to have the conversation.
Yeah.
We are going to see Galadin. You said you wanted to go out into the city.
Yeah, just have a little exploration, all that stuff. See what's happened.
All right. Well, I guess this would be a perfect.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go see about getting some herbs and shit so I can make potions.
All right. Well, this could be a perfect opportunity to describe to you what the town. Most of you, it's kind of nightfall, a bit dark, and obviously when the dragon attacked, everything was on fire. Wasn't a very good view. Now that the town's kind of settled and things aren't ablaze anymore, you get a good look over the town, and the town almost seems to exist in the middle, in between 2 mountains in this valley. Many of the buildings are mostly made of stone, carved into or out of the valley walls. They don't quite reach up to the cliffside, all the way at the top of the mountains.
Okay.
And the sort of center of the town is just where the biggest part of the opening of the valley is.
I'm also gonna see about buying an herbalism kit.
I probably should buy a poisoner's kit and a disguise kit, but let's let Root describe the whole city.
Right.
For the most part, what you can see just by looking around, you notice the guards are very much on patrol everywhere. They're on high alert. They're looking everywhere. You can see a couple of little market stalls just barely getting set up. There's not a lot of them. You can tell, in the massive, sort of in the center of town, there's a lot of open space where probably more stalls would have been set up. But you notice the biggest congregation of guards tends to be the barracks you just came from and the building right next to it.
City Hall.
Yep.
I think we should get the other 2 so that way we can have a 4-way conversation.
Yeah, I'm actually going to find somewhere private and pull out my short sword and try to concentrate on.
And Rock, I do not understand your weird fascination with those 2. They were just some random strangers we ran into, alright?
Look, they saw them too. The guards didn't. Look,
Well,
you remember
true.
how we saw...
I don't see why that's our problem.
Think about it. Dragons returning. We only see a guy with the dragon floating somehow. Look.
Actually, hang on. Rocco doesn't know that. The only person that saw that was Jack.
Fair enough. We saw a literal dragon and some dude. When I was talking to the guards, they didn't see that dude on the you know. What I'm saying
Well,
is,
it's not really our
if it
problem now, is it?
no, but
I
imagine
don't
the
see
money that
why
we
we.
but imagine the money that we can get if we were able to defeat him.
Yes, but would the trouble be worth the effort?
Probably not. We'll never know until we try it.
Well, I'd say we try and build up. We actually start trying to build up our little empire before we go for anything like that.
Fair enough, but still.
It
I
seems wiser to build up a base, like a base, before we do anything like that.
just just ask if they saw him too, cuz there might be something bigger at play. And usually I'll
Mm.
be up and at it for the whole, you know, the killing of both innocent and evil. Normally.
Alright. Well, you guys go ahead and, for the most part, I mean, there's people wandering around, but you could be standing in broad daylight having this little conversation amongst yourselves, and no one will really pay attention. Not to mention, you could speak in your secret conversation or
Yeah, that
secret
we're
code.
just using the secret
Our
code.
secret
But
speech.
yes.
Yeah.
But
So how does
Galadin,
that? Yeah.
so you wanted to concentrate?
Yeah.
Is there a particular thing you're trying to like concentrate or discern, like about the weapon?
Just like see if I feel anything unique about the blade and that I can sort of latch onto in a sense.
All right. Well, you kind of you find a little bit of a darker alleyway, kind of crouch down in it, and sort of close your eyes, focusing on the weapon, almost in a way of like trying to attune to something. And you feel this energy, but it's not a normal like kind of magical energy. It's this familiar power that you recognize, but you don't know where you recognize it.
I call
But
out, "What are you?"
you receive no response.
Hello.
There is still no response.
I just throw the sword on the ground. It's like, damn it.
As you throw the sword on the ground, you notice the pommel on the gem, or the gem on the pommel, kind of glows and swirls with this energy a bit. Go ahead and give me an Arcana.
Come on, give me a good roll. Yo. Okay.
All right. Well, we go ahead and pick the weapon back up.
Yep.
As you pick up the weapon again, you hear a voice in your mind. It's very faint, very soft. It sounds like someone's calling from like the roof of a nearby building, but they aren't yelling. It's just far away. And it's this sickeningly sweet feminine voice.
I look up to the roof that I think the shouting's from. It's like, hello?
I mean, it's not literally coming from a roof. You don't hear it from a particular direction. It just sounds far away.
I start shouting out of nowhere. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Over here.
And next week on Galadin Hears a Who. You hear the voice go, I wouldn't exactly try to destroy something like me.
Yeah, well, it helps for you to respond the first time.
and the light in the pommel fades away.
God damn it.
What do you expect was going to happen?
And despite your best efforts, you cannot seem to get any other response from the weapon.
Alright, I'll just return back to the guardhouse then.
On your way towards the guardhouse, you'll end up running into Neve and Brock.
I'm gonna ask the Dark Elf. You remember seeing the guy, right?
Which guy are we talking about?
The guy that came with the dragon.
Yeah? Why?
That makes 3.
Hold on, you're gonna need some clarification before you just keep on going.
I was talking to the guards earlier. They didn't see him. My
Did they
guess
see the
is that they only saw the dragon.
Okay.
That plus the kobolds were afraid of him. When I mentioned this to one of the guards, they didn't know what I was talking about.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out in my brain what's going on. And I was trying to collect as much data as I can.
Yeah.
As you guys kind of have this conversation, like just a little bit in the open, you notice one of the guys standing at the market stall kind of turn your way and go, "You're really one of those people that believes a dragon attacked the town. Come on."
Well, then what really attacked?
What really attacked? Bandits, crazy sorcerers, I don't know. But don't you think if there was a dragon attack in the town, someone would have seen it? Other than the crazy coots?
Wait, what?
Crazy Coots. From what I can tell, you're the Crazy Coot, mate.
Me and my whole family? Yeah, we were out that night. We saw the fires. We saw a lot of them, little dragon lizard things, but there was no giant dragon.
I say that out loud. They're called kobolds.
Yeah, kobolds, whatever.
How do you know that?
I had to kill a few in my line of work.
Okay. Fine.
Whatever. If you want to believe all the old wives' tales, that's your business.
I just kind of walk over to behind the guy that's saying all this shit. And I just appear behind him. You know, Fred, it's very rude to refer to someone as crazy. I especially am not crazy.
I say to the guy, say hello to Dave.
Hi, I'm Nev.
Nerve.
The guy kind of turns around, looks up at you. It's like makes this weird face, just kind of like this confused look that keeps morphing, and he keeps turning his head, trying to identify what you are. It's like, okay, I know you're not a Goliath. What the hell are you?
Well, let's just say I don't take too kindly to being called crazy.
All right, well, I wasn't calling you crazy, but if you want to believe that the whole dragon story's real, you are what you are. Dragons.
Were you
just
in that?
legend.
Were you in the bar?
In the bar, no. But guess where my house sits? And he points up at one of the buildings, and it happens to be a building that's overlooking the bar.
Well, do you know what lying looks like?
Do I know what lying looks like?
Yes. Do you know what lying looks like?
Yeah, guys, I've got to go now. Go do something.
Okay.
Night.
Yep.
Okay.
Cheers.
Have a good night.
Yep.
Anyways,
So
And the
yeah,
guy just responds, I had no idea what lying looks like. Some weird riddle, I guess.
I've literally been down on one knee. I'm not really sure how tall this guy is.
Pretty much average height. You don't have to bending down on one knee. You'd be like below him. It's not a
Oh.
gnome.
Oh well, I just kind of like lower my head to where I'm looking him in straight in the eye. Look at me at the eye, and tell me this: am I lying when I say me and these three people saw a dragon attack the bar that we happened to be in? We saw kobolds crawling out of a fire, seemingly unaffected. We saw a man riding said dragon. We have no idea who he is. We have no idea what he wants. But as far as we can tell, dragons are back. You can just see my eyes. Just like...
He just looks you dead in the face. He goes, all right, you believe what you want to believe, but I'll believe it when I see it, all right?
God, I wish I had encode thoughts, because that would allow me to straight up just show him my memories.
Right?
yeah, too bad we're not that powerful yet.
No, encode thoughts is a cantrip.
No, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, too bad we don't have it.
Yeah, it's a badass with a cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we need is a wizard.
Anyways, I say,
Alright,
let's get a move on then. I think this is just more information.
I need to go buy an herbalism kit anyway.
Yeah.
You believe what you want to believe, but believe me when I say this. Feet watch the skies.
But yeah, I just like keep looking at him and then I basically whisper in our secret code. Well, this is getting even stranger by the minute.
Indeed. You know I don't like being called crazy.
I know.
That man's lucky I did not kill him on the spot.
Well, right now we're in the good.
Right.
Last thing we need
Right
to
now
do
we're-
is ruin that opportunity.
Right now we are on safe terms with the police, with the local police. And really the only attention we get is the occasional look.
But you heard him too, right? He didn't see it.
Yes.
So what's going on here?
Well, I got a personal theory about it. You know how I have that ability to just turn invisible?
Yeah. But for some people to see you and for others to not?
Yes, but think about it like this. What if the dragon turned invisible somehow?
Before and after it attacked the bar.
Exactly. It's rather hard to miss something that large.
Question,
the only way
Rue.
that I personally get...
When we saw the dragon fly off, did it turn invisible by any chance?
We would not have been able...
I mean, you could see up until the wall of flames came up, and as far as you can tell, it didn't disappear.
Yeah, this is starting to bother Rango. He goes, if only we knew.
As far as I can tell, as far as we can tell, the dragon, or even the man, used some sort of magic or other means to obscure the sight of the dragon.
That is concerning. But what did he say? I'm glad I'm on the winning side? Like, is there supposed to be some type of secret war that we're not aware about?
Perhaps. I'd rather not think about that right now. I'd rather think about setting the foundations.
Too late.
Well, as you guys have your conversation, Jack, I can imagine you've kind of been looking around a little bit, kind of like part of the conversation, kind of not. And you happen to notice this kind of younger looking boy, kind of shabby dressed. He's got this wooden box. He plops down on the ground. He steps up on it, puts his hands up to his mouth, and quickly realizes he's kind of a town crier. He's delivering a message. He goes, "To all would-be mercenaries, adventurers, explorers, and couriers, the mayor is currently offering a small reward for anyone who has information regarding the attack last night and who is willing to deliver said information to the capital."
Question, do we hear this too?
Yes, the boy is clearly like calling out to the whole little like town square.
I look at Nerve.
I'd say I kind of pull Brock aside. We do not tell them. If we were to tell them, it would draw too much attention to ourselves, and they wouldn't even believe us anyway.
But we should at least try. I mean, granted, yeah, I know what we are supposed to do. Hell, you know my entire story. I told you at least twice.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the whole, and he says this in the code, assassination thing.
Right.
And of course, my revenge.
Mm-hmm. But I'd say don't do it. Not until it's more widely believed that it was dragons.
I mean, even if they don't believe a couple of crazy people, they might. I don't know. And besides, free gold. Or
But
silver.
yes, but like I said, what would be the point? If they don't believe us, we don't get paid.
Mm. And I'm gonna approach the kid, and I go, "Hey, boy!"
He kind of stops. He's basically been repeating the message over and over again. He stops. He goes, "Oh, hello. What could I do for you?"
So let's just say hypothetically, if we do have information, and we were to go to say the mayor house, but yet he doesn't believe us, will we still get paid?
Oh, I don't know really the specifics of it, but I know the mayor's wanting pretty much everyone in town to go down there and tell their story. From what I heard, it's all scrambled right now. Everyone's just trying to figure out what happened.
He wants gold. My character, like the back of my character goes, I need it. I need it.
I mean, honestly, even if you don't got like any information, I know the mayor's looking for people to send a message out to the capital. We're still a few
Don't
weeks out from our last caravan.
say. And I look over to my companion.
I assume I can hear this.
Yeah, you're all kind of like standing right there.
All right. I just kind of just grunt over, like under my breath, like, and just kind of nod, and I just kind of nod, fine.
And I say, to the city hall! Or mayor's house.
It would be considered the city hall.
All right. My character would be definitely heading over there. I mean, he really likes gold more than friendship.
More gold, less friends.
Yeah, basically. Also, is to kind of feel his deep depression of his family being, murdered.
All right. And we are going to go ahead and end it there for tonight.
Woo!
Okay.
Admittedly, a little earlier than we usually end up running, but we're kind of missing like half
I
of
think
who's supposed to be here.
I believe that is an improvement.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yeah, that was around a 3-hour session.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, compared to the 5-hour sessions that we did with the one shot, yeah.
Yeah, that was a little rough.
Then again, we had like 10 players, counting DM.
I mean, it was either going to get cut off right here or after the mayor's conversation, but the conversation with the mayor is kind of like a part of the plot, and it'd be better if more players were here to listen to it. I think Kay might have passed out.
Probably.
Yep.
I think that was kind of what's happening during the combat, so.
True. But hey, I did a little bit better on the encounter. I mean, I didn't murder anyone, but I wasn't trying to either.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, you did pretty good.
But yeah, Rango wants gold. He needs it. He needs to fill the empty void of having no family, friends, or loved ones anymore. So he's extremely greedy.
Yes, as it stands right now, I'm trying to make sure that whatever your goals or alignments, wherever they lie, there's a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is a kind of an interesting little thing.
Oh yes, and it is just the beginning.
Yep. We saw a dragon that only for some reason that some people were able to see, but others can't.
Mhm.
As well as this guy, which are definitely red flags.
Disregarding the fact they were all red.
Yeah, disregarding that the guy was wearing red and was riding a red dragon. And I'm pretty sure the kobolds were red too.
Yeah. I mean, they all spit fire.
But yeah. Hey, 3 kobolds under my belt.
Hot yoga fire.
But yeah, my character could do it as well, but I was tempted to call it pepper breath.
I'll be honest, I wanted to name it Pepper Breath.
Yeah, we'll work on that in the future, but I'll just end the live stream right now, so.
Yeah, I was about to say that as far as like the campaign is done for tonight, so.
Yeah. Thank you guys all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this kind of content, please do what you guys do, and I'll see you guys mates next time.